Olá, bem-vindos ao De Frente com o Touro. O De Frente com o Touro de hoje tem a honra de receber Tamara Kostova, CEO da Velexa, uma fintech internacional especializada em operações globais e plataformas e sistemas de investimentos para bancos, corretoras e empresas financeiras. Tamara tem mais de 20 anos de experiência no mercado financeiro e trabalhou nos maiores bancos do mundo, como o Deutsche Bank, o Banco Alemão, o UBS e empresas de serviços financeiros como a Thomson Reuters. Ela está no Brasil para fechar uma parceria com uma grande instituição financeira e eles vão oferecer para os seus clientes investimentos internacionais utilizando a Velexa. Bom, a Tamara é da Bulgária, então nós vamos fazer essa entrevista em inglês. Thank you very much for the honor of your presence, Tamara.
Hello, Pablo. Thank you very much. The honor is all mine as well. Thank you for the opportunity to talk today.
Okay, great. So, well, you were visiting Brazil, our country here. The weather is a little bit different, maybe. It's a little warmer here. So, welcome to Brazil. Well, Tamara, let's go straight. Explain to the Brazilian public, what is Velexa? What is Velexa? What do you do? What Velexa does?
Velexa was born with one simple mission, and it is to secure financial health for everyone, for any person of any walk of life. So if you think about it, an interesting fact that 2/3 of all adults around the globe between the age of 18 to 40 feel that financial health is more important than their own personal physical health. Mm-hmm. And out of those 2/3 of adults, 65% are excluded from the investing market, despite the fact that they would like to proactively manage their finances and they would like to grow their wealth. So one of the key things we are actually addressing is to support those adults and consumers to get access to financial services and manage their finances as such. On the other hand, it's interesting is that the traditional financial players have been struggling to still retain the young next generation of investors because they cannot offer very personalized services. So this is where Velexa steps in and supports those financial institutions to embed investing to their technology.
I see. So what types of services does Velexa offers? And what are the customers? Are all institutional customers, retail customers?
Velexa is a wealth tech company. A wealth tech is a technology, a fintech company.
It's an evolution of fintech.
It's an evolution of fintech that is disrupting the way how the wealth management industry actually works. So Velexa is a B2B2C shop. Okay. Ultimately, our direct customer is the financial institution that would like to embed.
So it's business, B2B2C is business to consumer.
To consumer.
Okay.
So our end client actually is the retail, any retail investor.
The individuals. Okay.
Correct. And ultimately what we actually see over the last 2 years is that the majority of financial institutions that would like to embed investing are actually mainly newcomers, new joiners, as we call it, the challenger banks, a new bank, disruptive fintech players as well. And they are challenging the status quo with the traditional banks.
Okay. And how does it work? For example, you come here to make a partnership with a very big financial institution. How does it work?
We offer our technology, our platform to the financial institution. The beauty of what we offer is that it's already a robust existing technology used around the globe, connected to various market and exchanges. So any financial institution can take the product and quickly introduce it to their end customers as such. What we have actually done over the last year is really to focus on the innovation within our customer experience. So let me give you an example. The majority of the new generation of consumers, I call them the Gen Zs of the world, or the millennials, they all demand a very personalized experience. So over the last 4 years, we have been working with different institutions and we were able to launch different mobile applications that could actually capture the maturity of all of us as an investor. So we will start from simple investors to more mature investors. And so our mobile user experience will grow and evolve.
Oh, that's very interesting. So the companies, for example, in Brazil, will be able to offer investments overseas in Europe, for example.
Absolutely. And not only they will be able to offer that, but they will be able to offer it very personalized with their own logo brand.
Oh, I see.
And also in a local language.
I see, but they will be trading through Velexa.
Correct.
I see. And why has Velexa succeed? Why you have such a success overseas? What makes Velexa different from competitors?
This is a very good question. I actually believe that we have three unique value propositions. The first one, as I shared with you, is the fact that we are multi-asset. So think about it. We were born out of with a vision that every one of us should have the opportunity to invest our capital anywhere around the globe, in any asset class. So we can actually cover everything from the traditional asset classes to something like digital assets, cryptocurrency as well, and private equity. So the biggest benefit, through one application, you will be able to access different players. The second thing that really differentiates us is the customization. The fact that we are entering a new market like Brazil, and we would like to actually customize it, make our platform suitable for the local investor. And the last thing is, quite interesting as well, is the fact that we offer each one of our customers the possibility to connect with everybody in the ecosystem. Let me give you an example. You can connect with different exchanges, with different brokers, local brokers, execution. You can connect with different educational content as well.
Oh, I see. And in how many countries does Velexa operate?
We are headquartered in London. And we have been growing vastly in my home country, Bulgaria.
Oh, right. There's a bull there, right?
There is a bull in front of the stock exchange.
In Sofia City.
Absolutely.
That's at the capital, right? Am I right? Okay.
Absolutely. Okay. Yes. It's a very big bull in front of the stock exchange as well.
It's a big statue of the bull.
Absolutely. A symbol of prosperity.
Yeah, it's prosperity. That's what it is.
Exactly. So we operate in 15 countries.
Like 15 countries. What's the strategy of the company on the world?
So we started actually, we are UK based, and then we expanded in Europe. The reality, however, is that the European consumer is very conservative, extremely conservative. So where we saw resonating a lot, it's countries like Southeast Asia and Middle East. Especially Southeast Asia is very advanced in terms of the democratization of the investing. So you have a large population already using investing and trading type of services. So Americas is our new growth strategy.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool in the United States. And what are the benefits of the services for a bank or for a securities and a brokerage business and for the investors?
The most important benefit is the speed to market. To give you an example, for a traditional institution to build a mobile application that could offer trading overseas will take several millions. And most probably 1 to 2 years. And the reality is we don't have this time because most of the fintechs are entering this place. So if you would like to actually retain your customer, you're in a rush. You need to offer the service. Otherwise, your customers will go somewhere else. And what we see in Europe is, in Europe, actually 30% of the premium customers of the traditional banks have been exiting and moving to fintech players and challenger banks that are offering these services. That is the danger for those institutions.
I see. And what about Brazil? Why you are interested in Brazil? What makes Brazil attractive to Velexa?
This is a very cautious strategy of mine to enter first Brazil. From the Americas.
So Brazil is the first deal for Velexa in America.
It's our first deal in America.
I see.
Quite carefully curated, I have to say that. Brazil is a large, fast-growing economy. If we think about it, 50% of the Latin American GDP is coming from Brazil. So there are a couple of interesting, actually, facts that really actually drove me to the conclusion that Brazil should be our first market. The first thing is that less than 2% of the Brazilians actually actively invest.
Yes.
Less than 2%. To compare with Europe.
The stock market, yes.
Yes. Compare with Europe, the percentage is 10. So we're not very far, but we still have an amazing potential to grow.
Yes.
And then to ultimately drive more financial education and help them actually to embrace this journey. But that's one actually of the key reasons coming in here.
Good. Actually, personally, I'm very enthusiastic of the financial market here. I think we're going to grow very much. There's such a room for expansion of the Brazilian market. So you are entering in a very good moment in here. And what's going to be the strategy of Velexa in Brazil?
We have been looking to partner with somebody locally.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that We believe that we require the knowledge of the market and ultimately the attitude of consumers.
Someone that knows the market.
Somebody
locally.
knows that market. So that has been something that we have been aiming to do. And I believe now we have found the right partner, a large financial institution that believes in the same thing as us. Yes, ultimately, you need to have a partner, or you find a partner that believes in the same vision as you.
Of course.
And ultimately, this is really helping the population to be better financially educated, give them access to more markets to invest, and ultimately grow their wealth.
Okay, good. I'm also part of trying to help with the financial education of Brazil, teaching education, trying to spread the good financial education here in Brazil.
I am impressed with what you're doing.
Oh,
I am
thank you.
impressed because I think that the future for us really attracting the younger population is through people like you.
Yeah, it's like you said, the Generation Z, right?
Generation Z believes they should be part of a community. And in case of Brazil, they're part of your community. So you're quite unique in actually the way how you position yourself.
Oh, God, thank you very much for your words. And how do you see the Brazilian investment market? What are your views on the Brazilian investment market?
I believe the Brazilian market represents an amazing opportunity. And I look at it from two sides, the two sides of the coin. First of all, you have 2% of the local population investing into the local exchange, which means that the potential is only for this to grow. On the other hand, we overseas see and hear very little of the Brazilian actually investing space. To give you an example, I come from Europe, and over the last decade, I used to live in a zero to negative interest rate space. Can you imagine that? And now I'm actually talking to you, and we are in a country where on average you have 12% of interest rate.
Yeah, 7% real interest rate.
7% real interest rate. This is actually exciting for investors abroad.
Yes.
So if we can actually enable them to access the local market, I think this would represent an amazing opportunity.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Okay, good. And what are the challenges that you see for Velexa when enter the market, the Brazilian market? What challenges do you see?
I believe the biggest challenge is Brazil is very large, but very fragmented.
Yes.
Geographically big.
It's
and
very
also
large.
socially, economically very different.
It's quite like Europe. It's entire Europe.
Yes, but Europe, Europeans feel Europeans. So
Yeah.
ultimately they will kind of consume the same type of a service. While here the challenge was, how do we find the right service, the right product for everyone? And that would mean not only translating the product in Brazilian Portuguese. On the contrary, it requires very much understanding what is your consumer attitude, what is your risk appetite, how would you like actually to trade and invest. Therefore, we needed a local partner. That's the reality, yes? So we needed somebody who knows the market inside out.
I see. That's why you're here, by the way. Great. Well, so you're launching an investment product for Brazilians to invest in America and in Europe also, right? Exclusively through a global brokerage, a global securities. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
This is the main reason I'm here.
All right.
To solidify the partnership.
All right, to sign it up.
With this institution, we are ready to launch hopefully in January next year. And the focus is really...
So it's 45 days from now?
45 days from now,
Okay.
just right after Christmas. We will be ready to do that.
All right, great.
And
even less then.
And the main goal is to basically allow anyone in the country to invest overseas in 6 key markets.
Okay.
In equities and ETFs.
Okay.
So that's the first
Which
step.
markets? Which markets?
We are starting with US, of course, Toronto, and then you have London, Germany, and Amsterdam.
Germany, Amsterdam.
Very
Wow,
exciting, very exciting markets for actually all investors. I want to share with you a couple of interesting statistics. So if I look at the volume and the trades on our platform globally, what we see is that 70% of the entire flow goes to US, which will not surprise anyone most probably. But then you have markets like London, Germany, that are attracting a lot of retail investors as well. And
yes, I've been to Germany. And a lot of Brazilian bonds being traded there also.
Yes. Brazilian bonds is something to invest in, as we all know.
Yeah.
While fixed income would be the trend in Europe in 2024, Europe, Southeast Asia, ever. I think that the trend in Brazil would be actually increased more investing in equities in ETFs.
Yeah, but I cut you. I'm sorry. You're mentioning the statistics in Germany and Amsterdam.
Yes, so the majority of the flow goes to US.
Okay.
Therefore, it's such a key market for each one of us. I am also always kind of sharing some fun facts is that there are 3 top stocks that everybody's trading, independent if it's a mass retail or high net worth individuals. And you will not be surprised if I tell you that the most important stock, most probably in everyone's portfolio, is a Tesla.
Tesla is the most traded.
It's the most traded, independent of the jurisdiction, independent.
I think they have BDRs here in Brazil for Tesla, and we do trade a lot actually. Tesla, yes. And do you work with artificial intelligence? Does Velexa has anything of artificial intelligence in mind for the financial market?
This is a very vast topic. I'm not sure if you have heard that the majority of the leaders in the financial services space believe that artificial intelligence will be the next big revolution, the next storm coming.
Everybody's talking about that.
Everybody's talking about that. We actually use artificial intelligence to hyper-personalize the investing journey. Let me give you an example. The way how you want to order a taxi on an Uber app or to choose your movie on Netflix. This is the way how the Gen Zs want to consume financial services. So it should be hyper-personalized to who you are, what your ambition is, what your goal-directed investing plan are. So do you want to buy a house, etc. What is very interesting also is that the Gen Zs of the world would like to invest sustainably. They would like to invest in companies that are sustainable and match their values. So we use artificial intelligence to be able to personalize the journey, to make it more contextualized to your needs, to my needs as well. And I think that we will see more of artificial intelligence in the financial services space as soon as the regulator accepts that this is another intelligent tool that we can use and help everybody, because at the end of the day, finance is a very complex.
Yes, it is. And artificial intelligence also very complex. That here, I don't know how it's going to work, but you mentioned something that before the interview we were talking, and you mentioned something like, for example, you can ask the artificial intelligence, should I buy such a stock? And what is they going to artificial intelligence answer? We have to check this also, right? And do you think that the artificial intelligence also will help not only to find the profile of the client and stuff, but will also help to trades in the trades for the investors, for the final investors?
Absolutely.
Eventually?
Absolutely. I believe it would act as a kind of an intelligent tool, not as an advisor. I think I need to underline that, but as an intelligent tool to tell you, based on your preference. Again, give you an example. Tamara would like to buy a house, or Tamara would like actually to secure the school for her children. I do not have a very high risk appetite, so I want to invest in something like less risk and etc. The AI would be able actually to help you understand where you should invest as well. I think this is the future for us.
Okay, so what we can understand for Velexa is that's going to be embedded, like you mentioned to me, in other companies. Something like you told me, I didn't know, like Tesla is a famous case of an embedded product. Now, when you buy a Tesla, you told me it comes with insurance. Yes. So the insurance is embedded in the Tesla car. So Velexa will be embedded in other institutions.
Absolutely. This is the future this is a big trend that we see of embedded finance. So ultimately, consuming the services without the financial institution being known to the end consumer. So for example, Tesla is the perfect example of embedded insurance, because they basically give you the insurance when you buy the car. The same thing with investing. We would embed ourselves in other companies. The end consumer will not know it's Velexa, but the entire execution will go through us.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. The time flew. The conversation was very nice. I'm going to switch to Portuguese to end the conversation. Bom, nós conversamos hoje com Tamara Kostova, CEO da Velexa, uma fintech internacional especializada em operações e investimentos, plataformas de investimentos, sistemas de investimentos para os mercados globais. Ela presta serviços para bancos, corretoras e empresas financeiras. Tamara, thank you very, very much for your presence.
Thank
you. It
you.
was a pleasure to talk to you. I'm sure you aggregate a lot of value for the retail investors and also for institutions that want to partner with you to offer your services here in Brazil.
Thank you very much.
Então é isso, ficamos por aqui, nos vemos no próximo De Frente com o Touro. Um beijo no coração de todos vocês e vai, Tourinho! Vai, Tourinho! Valeu, tchau, tchau!